A few people have asked me to show how I make my tassels that I put on journals, so I thought I would um, do a little quick tutorial on it. These are very simple to make. I just made this one a few minutes ago and I realized I didn't trim the ends, and I kind of like to do that, so I'm going to just do that right now. Just like so. So there's the one I made just a few minutes ago. I like the way it came out. So I see a thread I missed. There. So if you've been a jewelry maker, you might have some of these kind of jewelry tools. I'm using some wire cutters, some round nose pliers, some bent nose pliers, and a surgical tool, which is it's a hemostat, I believe, or a needle holder or something. It clamps, and I like that because my hands aren't that strong for the wire wrapping anymore, and so I need all the help I can get. I'm going to use some 20 gauge wire. This one is in an antique bronze, which I like the color of it, and it matches the cones I'm going to be using. So I'm going to just cut off a piece about 4 or 5 inches long of wire, and I'm going to bend one side up like so, and that's where I'm going to be stacking all my fibers in that I put in this tassel. So what I do is I just start picking out what fibers I want to use. I want to use some of this ladder yarn, I think it's called. I don't know. I got a bunch of it at one time, and I really think it's pretty. It just kind of adds a lot of interest. I'm going to go with blue because I have a new journal I'm working on that has a blue cover, so I think this would be good to use, and I like this blue right here. So I'm going to take a piece of that. So let's see. There. And I don't think the other ones would go, so I'm going to not use those. But I do like to use this gold yarn. It's very thin. It's kind of it says 75% metallic, 25% rayon. It has a knitting gauge on the bottom of it, so I guess it is yarn. I just use it every now and then when I want a gold thread for something. I'm going to put a couple of those. And let's see. So I mentioned that the journal has a blue cover. In fact, I could show it to you. Hold on, I'll go get it. It's this one. Isn't that pretty? So I'm just going to set that over here while I pick out yarns and pick out things I think that would go with it. I definitely think this dark blue would be good. So I'm going to put a few of those. So you can just make this as thick or as thin as you want. It doesn't have to have a whole lot in it. I'm going to use this is just a strip of fabric I tore, and I think that would look nice. And I use that in this one, and I like that. Okay, so maybe 2 of those. Then let's put something like maybe this yarn. It's a little dark, but I like that. There, and I do like to put some eyelash yarn in, so I have this little bit here. It would look nice in there. And maybe this one too. So I'm not really worrying about the ends right now, because as you saw on the other one, I can go back and trim it whatever length I want. So let's just add maybe something more to this. Let's see. Maybe some of this gold thread. you could add lace, which I think might look nice on this one. So I'm gonna add a little of that. And let's see what else I got. I like some more blue. This is kind of cool. I'm going to actually just kind of cut this red part off so I can use this more of the blue and less of the red. Okay, maybe a piece of this gold braid. And I think that's pretty good. Don't see anything else I really want to add, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick this all up in the middle, and I'm going to slip it onto the wire like so, that I have the loop I made. And then just going to kind of pinch that down so it's not too wide, and then just wrap this wire around about 2 or 3 times like so. This doesn't have to be perfect because the cone is going to cover all this up, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to snip that little end off. And these cones I found at Joann's. They certainly come in other colors. Like I said, I really like antique bronze, so I think that would look nice on this cover. Let's take a look. Yeah, I like that. I'll probably either hang it there or maybe there. So now then you can kind of put something else on here if you want to. Like I have some metal beads. I might use a couple of those. Let's see. Thinking, and I also have these crystals, which I would like to put a crystal on there. So maybe one of these, like that. Those are pretty. Oh, here's one that's got some blue in it. Should probably use that one. Like that better. And I think that's good. Then I'm going to put a couple of metal beads also. So first I'm just going to put one of these little brass round ones. I better put my glasses on. Okay, so I'm just going to put one of those. And I'm going to put the blue bead in another one of these gold beads. More of a brass. So I like how that looks. Okay, so then just take my round nose pliers, make a loop just a little bit up from the beads, like so. So there's what it looks like. Then I will take this tool here, which is a lifesaver. I just clamp that on like so. And now I can hold this in my hand, and I don't have to, hold it that hard because this is doing all the work. So I'm going to grab the wire, slide this down, and just wrap around a few times. Here's 1, 2. That feels pretty snug, so I think that's good. Trim it off. I'm going to take that little piece that's sticking out and press it down. And now my tassel's on a little loop. I like that way that looks. I'm going to trim the ends a little bit. I don't want it quite this long. And I could save all these little scraps, for in snippets or whatever. I'll get my scissors. I think I'm going to go about this length. one's kind of curled up. Okay, didn't get that one. Okay, there it is. I think that's going to be very nice. It's going to look nice on this cover. All my stuff's falling out. Yeah, I think I'll put it right over here, like so. So what I can just do is punch a hole in here or here, put an eyelet and a jump ring, and just attach this right to it. Okay, so quick and easy tassels. They're really easy to make. You can put whatever you like in them, trim them however you want. Definitely a ribbon one is pretty too, or you could do all yarn or whatever. Okay, give it a try. Thanks for watching.